Chances of the tenant renewing a lease is again area-specific demand and supply, but most of the time, 60 to 70% of the time, your tenants do renew those leases. And a lot of the times, the thing is your tenant do outgrow. They don't move because they seem to like another office better or another warehouse better. They move because they're growing out of it. They're moving because they're businesses. So it's very different. So when you're in a warehouse situation, let's say industrial, your tenant outgrows the premise. They're not going to go and set up a secondary warehouse unless next door becomes available, but they grow to a bigger warehouse. You have maybe a really busy location for retail. Your retail tenants doesn't actually move. They just go open another location. So these are the two fundamental differences, looking from tenancy to tenancy and varying. So the same thing with office spaces, like your tenant tend to stay at the same area, but they just go and buy overflow, or they go and rent an overflow. So they react differently depending on the different types of tenant. And in terms of how long do you wait for a new tenancy, again, depends on the area you're in. And I know this sounds like an accountant saying this, but recently we had to re-tenant a property in Kingsgrove in Sydney, not even 1 day vacancy. They're just basically out and in with a new tenancy. Here, we're here in Roseville here in Sydney. If an office goes vacant right now, it could be 6 months vacancy here because we're here in this kind of residential industrial zone. It doesn't really fit to the profile of everything. It really depends on where and the location. I've seen places even in regional that doesn't have much vacancy versus somewhere where I have a long vacancy.